Good.
Yes.
All right, it is 6:30 on December 9th. We're going to go ahead and call the regular monthly meeting of the McGregor City Council to order. Please stand and recite the pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, moving right along, our consent agenda. Consider approving minutes of council meeting held on October 14th, 2024. No, that was November 11th, 2024, excuse me. The minutes were included in your packets.
Move that we approve the minutes from November 11th.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the November 11th meeting. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion carries. Item 2, discussion and possible action regarding Resolution R-15-2024, a resolution of the City of McGregor approving an agreement between the city and TxDOT to close State Highway 317 to facilitate the construction of the rail crossing.
You have your packet in front of you. Is it, put that in there?
I did not.
The map. You have the map. The planned route around between 6th and the 11th, is that correct?
Yes.
Close 317 for the rail crossing. They're gonna take them off at Moody and or at 7th Street, which is off the Ranch Road. At Moody, they'll go towards Spring Valley and then turn left and go to Cotton Belt and then hit Ranch Road back around 317. That's the workaround that's already been approved by TxDOT. They had one before that was putting on some county roads and level truck traffic that was always anticipated on 317, so we didn't put like that one. So this has been done, and all it needs is your approval for the, go ahead and make it official.
All right, does anybody have any questions for the city manager on that? I will entertain a motion.
Go ahead.
I make a motion to approve resolution R-15-2024.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion carries. Item 3, discussion and possible action regarding the property lien on property ID number 137539.
This is property that we had several liens on, from 2016, I believe. The only significant, most of them were just weeds and grass. Most significant one though, we had the house torn down. That was a $5,700 lien. The owner that bought this on the courthouse steps, bought it for cash. Never did any due diligence on it. Has now discovered that he has these liens, about penalty, interest and liens, all about $14,000. Really, I'm interested in getting the $5,700 for tearing the house down. The rest of it, we can sell these lots, otherwise they're too expensive to be sold, and the buyers can really cut the house into 2 lots. So, he has agreed to pay $5,700 to avoid the rest of it. Nobody can do that but y'all. Most of it's flat, most of it's principal and interest. A lot more, like about $300 each time.
So where that property on the corner right there, so that is 2 lots over there?
I
There's
believe
2
so,
lots?
yes. I think so.
All right, do we have any further questions on that? I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve the property lien on property number ID 137539 for $5,700.
Yes, ma'am. Waive all. of it.
Waive the rest of it, the
Yes.
14, whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
57.
Okay, we have a motion
Second.
and a second. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion carries. All right, item number 4, discussion possible action regarding the contract award for demolition of building A106. That was included up here when you came in.
Mayor, council, if you don't know which building that is, it's out by A100. It's a dilapidated old green building that on the south side. The building has known asbestos siding, the old school asbestos siding. So Public Works was going to clean it up, but we can't clean it up because of the asbestos. It requires certain rules on how to handle the asbestos. So that's why we bid this project out.
All right. And we do have a recommendation from city staff.
We opened bids last, the second, last Monday. So that was, Sierra was the low bidder, and they do meet all the requirements that this project has. So.
All right, does anybody have any questions for Chad? Let's go to this side of the room this time.
Make a motion that we award the contract for demolition of building A106 as recommended to Sierra Demolition.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion
Thank you.
carries. Item 5, discussion and possible action regarding approval of the airport master plan.
Thank you. You have seen a presentation on this a while back. Never got any comments, didn't get any comments from the public, so it's time to make it official. You have a nice copy of it in front of you. You can take home. If you ever do have any questions or anything pops up, just call Barry. He'll take your calls 24/7.
24/7.
If you need his phone number, I'll give it to you.
It's pretty important in that when this was being done, we were also doing a lot of work on the concourse, and there's some water issues for both the concourse and us that we're going to solve just on the back side of this, and have a water retention area, no water detention, no water retention. Isn't that right? I got it right? I always get those confused. But it's, that's part parcel of the plan as well, I think, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right, we did receive a quite lengthy presentation on this, and we do have a book to read now. So does anybody have any questions for Barry about the master plan? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion we approve the McGregor economic development, no, the master plan of the airport. That's not wrong.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the correct,
Yes, ma'am.
on the correct agenda item. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? That motion carries. On to item 6, discussion and possible action regarding a resolution of McGregor Economic Development Corporation, a resolution directing publication of notice of projects and notice of public hearing. This was included in our packets that we received over the weekend.
Council, the EDC met with your financial advisor last week, recommending a course of action on this to them. Andrew?
The resolution for the direction of publication for an economic development corporation, especially a 4B, which we are, it's a little bit different than the resolutions that council takes place in. So the mayor has already received the notification and the affidavit per the city's TERS attorney, Jeff Golbus. And the first part is the resolution for publication.
All right. Well, Sherry, you were involved with this.
Yeah, but so was.
Well, and so is Andrew. Okay. Well, I'd like to hear from either one of you.
We have to approve this.
Does anybody have any questions for Andrew? All right. Well, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the resolution of the McGregor Economic Development Corporation, a resolution directing publication of notice of projects and notice of public hearing.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion carries. Item 7, discussion and possible action regarding ordinance 024-2024, an ordinance of the City of McGregor, Texas, amending Appendix A fee schedule to the Code of Ordinances, repealing all conflicting ordinances, providing a severability clause, and providing an effective dates. Cassie.
Mayor, members of council, the Community Services Board met last week and went over the fee schedule for the Exchange Event Center, specifically because we're booking into the year of 2026. So when we look at those numbers, they might be the current numbers we're renting the facility for, but because we're booked so far out, we're looking at budgets in the future. And we have, over the last few years, done small incremental steps on trying to get it up to where it kind of needs to be within the right market. Generally, you want to be booked about 70% of the time, and your price usually will reflect kind of where you need to be. We're booked about 98% of the time, so we're trying to reduce some of the bookings and to up the value of what we have because it is so popular. We're also in a really neat space because the size of our venue is very different from everybody else's. So we get a lot of the other types of events that are looking to maybe start their fundraiser in the next few years with us and then move on to the base or the Waco Convention Center where this space is kind of doubled in our size. So they put together a fee schedule that we think will be kind of in our best interest moving forward, especially into 2026. So those numbers should be in front of you now.
Yes.
You're already booking in the 2026, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, that was included in your packet that you received.
Well, you got to hear the day rental rate, so what is considered for as the hourly for the day, when you say day?
So if it's a one-day rental, if it's not our business rental, it's 8 in the morning until midnight. So it's
8 to midnight?
Yes, sir. If it's our business rental, it's during business hours, so it's from 8 to 5. So sometimes we have companies come out and do their trainings at our building, or they'll do workshops. A lot of them will actually bring all their insurance and have all of their open enrollment at the exchange and do all the employees at one time. So our day rate is kind of where it needs to be. We have a pretty good handle on that right now, but it's our weekends. Our weekends are overbooked, especially moving into the future.
For that old hay barn?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that, you say, I'm saying that's for the parks?
I'm sorry?
I'm saying that for the day rental for the park is 8 to 12, 8?
The day, I'm talking about the exchange.
No,
As
but
far as the
actually,
parks,
I'll
there's
look at
different
this.
options,
No, I'll
because
look-
we're open dawn till dusk.
Yeah, so I was looking at this where you got day rental rate, then you got $100. I said, so I was saying, what were the hours?
Oh, if it's the park, it's dawn till dusk. We open at daylight and we close when the sun goes down.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I didn't know.
That's like for a pavilion or something?
Yes, sir.
A lot of birthday parties out there.
A lot of birthday parties at the pavilion at Amser right now, especially over the summer, because it's near the new bathrooms and the splash pad. It's a good spot for a birthday party.
Yes, it is.
All right, does anybody have any other questions for Cassie?
Did we bring up
Okay, so when my board met, there were questions about offering a resident discount on the exchange fee schedule. There was a lot of discussion, but there wasn't a final decision during our meeting. Afterwards, there was quite a few emails that came in from the board members wishing they would have included it. They cannot unless I post another meeting, 72-hour notice, and kind of go through the process again and then bring it back to council. But they, as Renee is on that board, and there was a lot of discussion after the fact, I told her if it was something that y'all wanted to discuss, that's up to y'all. It's a city council decision.
Seeing that we went up with the rates, you'll see the rates on page 1, the fee schedule for the event center. Because we went up, the board had thought, well, what about doing, kind of like, what's the proper word? Like if you live in the city and you wanted to rent it, we would give a discount.
Okay.
Their specific requirement was that you have a city utility, city water bill.
Exactly. I mean, we don't have to, but that was something that we had thought, when asking Cassie, we didn't have very many, but, there would need to be some type of proof, that you do live, because, then we were running into like, well, what if somebody lives here and they're like, hey, can you, no, it's not for that purpose. It is strictly for just, you live here, you're a resident of McGregor, you would get that discount.
Well, I would like to see that go through your board and come back to us.
Okay,
But for
absolutely.
our ordinance at hand right now, is there any further questions? I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 0-24-2024.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance O-24-2024. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? That motion carries. Item 8, announcements from the city manager.
Not a lot. Christmas is coming up. We'll be off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then we'll be off New Year's Day as well. The garbage rates, the garbage folks, the solid waste contractor has sent out their service. That'll be posted pretty quick. We just got it today. Did a lot of travel, a lot of people taking vacation. As far as good stuff, we're getting a lot of interest again in housing. The interest rates haven't fallen quite enough, but people anticipate that they will. We've got some people that are ready to start on one. We've got some other ones that are kind of coming back, ownership changes. And I got an inquiry today from someone who is looking at buying not just the land, but the project for the Rose Hill Apartments. And they're interested in proceeding. And I hate to tell you this, but we're probably going to have a special meeting, a brief special meeting sometime between now and Christmas. The change order stuff that's coming for the rail is not here yet. And those are going to have to be processed pretty quickly. There's going to be 2 of them. I've got a meeting on one of them on the phone tomorrow. So we may be back at this next week. We'll let you know as soon as we can.
All right.
And that's all I've got. Andrew, you got anything to add? We're good.
All right. Do we have any requests or comments from council? All right. In that case, it is 6:50 p.m. and we will adjourn.
Thank you all very much.